Am I here now? I hope it worked. I was so nervous that it shouldn't function. I forgot how I did it last time. Welcome. I don't know if someone is here yet. If I'm talking to someone. I am Lotte from Sweden. And this is the second time that I'm here. Is it okay if someone... there. Thank you. Now I see you. You are here. Welcome, everyone. Hi. Another Lotte. Nice. I remember last time it was almost more fun to read what you were saying than to talk myself. I am made of yarn here on YouTube, and I have both in English and in Swedish. Today I talk, of course, just in English. I don't know. I can read afterwards also, so I can see where you are from. Someone also from more from Sweden. Hey, it's nice. Last time, I will talk about what I'm knitting on, of course, crocheting and so. Last time I talked about, I was here also in April on the Knitathon Pia had. Of course, I wondered what I should talk about then. And when I started my channel, I talked about the benefits from knitting and handicrafts. Hi, everyone. Handicrafts, when you are, as me, chronically ill, or when you are sick in some way. So perhaps I will continue a little bit to talk about it this time, but not just talk sicknesses. But last time we talked, and many of you wrote about it themselves, how you had a benefit from it. This time I asked some of my followers and friends on Instagram, so I got some help from them, how they have been helped by knitting. Oh, thank you, Tina. I can talk about, someone said that she loved the color of my sweater. This is about knitting, isn't it? This is a sweater. I have to check. It's Sienna pullover. I test knitted this about 3 years ago. It's Sari Nordlund's pattern. It's a little bit fun. Can you see? I don't know if the lighting is the best. It's a very easy pattern, but it's just little waves in the ribbon up here and there. It's in Holst Coast, one thread and one thread, Nalle Novita. So I had 2 threads of it. It's already warm. I'm locked in a little room here. Norway, Germany, also, and Denmark. So many. I saw Pia talked about what we should have as I forgot the word. What we should eat this day, and I almost laughed because someone wrote we can't forget coffee, and she said, "You said, Pia, you don't drink coffee." I thought I was the only one on the planet who didn't drink coffee, but we are at least 2. I will show you something. We Swedes know what this is. My daughter made them yesterday, and it's coffee inside, called in Swedish chokladbollar, chocolate balls. It's oats, butter, lots of cocoa, sugar, some salt, and coffee. And then you roll them in pearl, or was it also called nib sugar, I think. So I will have them afterwards. How do you say? I don't like the aftertaste. It's a coffee that stays in my mouth, and I don't like it. Oh, yeah, they have them, but I think this is Mara on IKEA. I think they are. Do they have coconut outside? Outside? Oh, they are good. They are good. About the same. So I will, but now I will. If I eat them now, it's too sweet, so I get thirsty from it. They are delicious. Yeah, coconut, exactly. So it's a little slightly different, but you can have them also with coconut. But I think the original is with this pearl sugar on. So you really get a sugar kick from it. Perhaps before I talk about this with the benefits from knitting, I will show you something that I'm knitting on. If I here, I can find it. I'm actually for the first time test knitting for Pia. She talked about her cat. Is it cat number 4? So this is, we have to show you here. Mine. My plan was I would have loved to finish it. Oh, someone from Faroe Island. Hi. Nice. Another that don't drink coffee. So my coffee is here. It's Pepsi Max. That's my coffee. I guess I have to have the caffeine somehow. Back to the test knitting for Pia. I don't know how I can show you this without. Can you see something here? This one is so much big because I'm knitting size 6 or something. I think it's. Can you see it? I'm knitting mine in 1 thread of Plötolupi and 1 thread something new I'm trying. 1 thread linen. Do you say linen? Yeah. That I have, just to have it more sturdy. It's not getting that thick, but I get the right gauge at least. Oops. Pia talked about how you could on the sides here when you have the good start. I don't know what this is. It's something you can change if you have to make it bigger or smaller on. It's not garter stitch. I'm so sorry. You love coffee. My daughters love coffee. My hubby love coffee also. He can't go one day without coffee. I'm sorry if I'm so blurry. One of my problems is I have a kind of burned out brain, so I lose words, even in Swedish. Stockinette stitch. How hard could that be? Anyway, and I'm moving this up and down so you get dizzy, all of you. It will be I will love it when it's finished. Sorry, again. Perhaps I will leave some knitting now and tell you something about what people said to me. Those who have been sick in some way and had help from knitting. Some said this: yarn is my whole life. I crochet, knit, and embroider. I live with severe ME, so I have to rest in my bed the whole day for not getting worse. And it's kind of my world also, because I also have this ME, CFS. And I agree. Someone, I can't, I have to check. What pattern is that? It's so, what did I say? I will come back to the pattern. I forgot it now. I will link everything afterwards, what I'm showing, what I have here, what I'm knitting on, and so on. So if you like to show and read it afterwards, I will link it. Someone else also said, some years ago I was social outcast on my work some years ago. So I fled into the knitting world, and knitting carried me through this. I'm now retired, and still today I get new friends and contacts through the knitting community. And that's lovely. And not lovely that she had a hard time at work, but how she got help from this knitting community. Do you please tell, you also, last times many of you wrote here and said you have also once a Gitte. I too have CFS and just enjoy to sit still and crochet and knit. Yeah, that's my days. I have, it feels like I have a knitathon every day, because as soon as I wake up, I knit or crochet almost the whole day to go through the day with much ache and so on. Last time in April, we talked about also many had, after this COVID history, it's still here, I know, but many had been so sick. They say that it reminds, the post-COVID reminds about, it's like similar, like this ME, CFS, you get so tired and so on. And many of you wrote, someone wrote this special, she had got a prescription from her doctor to knit in the round. I don't know if you are here or if you watched, but that was some fun thing to get that, just to for the brain to be working. But just this movement with the hands are good for our brains, even for dementia, I read. I also read, I have something here, you can Google it. Oh, sorry. I searched for, if you search for benefits with knitting, then I found the homepage for a blog from We Are Knitters, and one subject there was how knitting impacts children, and they made some experiment for them, and they told the benefits from it for children. Fun, really good that they can learn early. Someone asked, it's Sienna Pullover. I just remember the first letter, it was something on S. Here someone says strict, you say strict or music. Back in the day, the Danish composer Carl Nielsen was ordered by his doctor to knit when he fell in with heart disease. I remember that. I think you said it before on your podcast, I think. Very interesting. Very interesting. Oh, sorry. I forgot myself. Should I love her back? Thank you. I will show you that. Talking about my background, someone said they liked my background here. Some say also, I have heard someone call knitting needles their fidget sticks, and that think that's helpful for kids as well as adults. if my hands are busy, I can concentrate well. Yeah, really, it's true. If I don't have something in my hands, I go, and it's the body. It's it calms me to knit. Really, my background. What I did this summer a lot. I made some natural dyeing. And I tried this with the solar dyeing. I made it something last year also, but this summer even more, and it was so fun. And I'm still learning it. I think it will take me many years to really grab the whole subject, but it's so fun. So I will show you something what I made this year. Here, I don't know how you can see it in the best way. No, it's yellow even so. This is solar dyed birch leaf. What is solar dyeing? If you don't know, you have it in a jar with water, and here the birch leaves, and you have it some 2-3 weeks or so outside. You can have it also in the window. Oh, Pia, you asked. Sorry, yeah, Pia asked where from Sweden I am. I forgot to tell you also that I'm from the middle of Sweden. We take my lipstick. So you have Sweden is long. So here on the east coast, about in the middle, it's about 10 km from a little town called Söderhamn. So on the east coast, I am from that. I have much to read afterwards. Thank you all for commenting. So that was a birch. I will continue here to show you. This is tea. I made with tea leaves. It's more camel brown or something. Susanne Tunde says, I have arthritis and could not knit, but now with Knit Pro ergonomic sticks, I can knit for hours. Yarn and knitting now, and days are heaven. I'm happy for you, Susanne. Really? Is this the one who are squared, not round? Needles. Good. Because to think also about that, what can we be helped from if we have problem? What can I do to? For example, back in the days, I have these big, the long needles, and that's getting heavy for the arms. And now I just knit with cable needles. Someone more also said this. Yep, good. It's square needles have been helping. They don't help me actually, but I have just tried one or two times. I bought 3 needles once, and my son's dog stepped on them and they break, so I didn't buy any new ones. But to think about how we can get the best help so we can knit or crochet and don't get without hurting ourselves. And also what Pia said, also think now when we should knit, so 24 hours to move, pick apples, that's something like this, walk around in the house or an apartment, go up and down the stairs, or go around the house, something so you can move also, so you can have the blood circulation going on. Is there someone here who used to dye yarn? I lost this one. This is No, I can't get the right. This is the blue lupins, just the flower. Perhaps here. It's not. It's more like blue green, something like that. And here I have avocado. I tried that, but that's what I boiled this one. I boiled, you know. And what I'm doing with everything, I'm not knitting. I'm crocheting a big blanket. So I bought a big cone this summer, 2-plied as the other, and I just pick the colors as they go and make a big blanket. I love knitting and crocheting blankets. So, and here, this green, this was for the first try with reed. In Swedish is vass, but reed. And I read about it that you can change the color. I don't know if you can see that it's like 2 colors. So the lighter one is the reed itself. And when it's more golden green, I have bicarb in the dyeing water also. And it got more golden. So fun. Tack Karin. I like the colors. I'm looking forward to this, but it can take. It's no stress with this blanket. I have it here in the living room when I sit with my hubby at the evenings. But I also have, oh, sorry, I have more yarn that I dyed this summer here. And this was also reed. Here I have the whole skein with Hank with bicarbonate, do you say so, perhaps? This one also, it was the first try with heathers, and it's a yellow one. This one, perhaps you can guess what it is. Someone say here, Jessica, I do solar dyeing for fun. I try out various native Florida plants to see what happened and flowers from the store. Ja, Annika, hey. Some Instagram friend. We have had a history this summer with dyeing with reed. We had fun, I think. I dye with plants or weaving a blanket. Have just dyed with old plant by the blue color. Nice. Hi, Chrissy. Welcome here. Nice. You write so much. I will read. I hope I can. Yes, it was fun, Annika. Really. This one is with beetroot. I borrowed a couple of books on the library and also read about it. It was now I forgot. Actually, not alive now. A woman from north of Sweden who experimented for many years how to get a good color from beetroots, and she baked them in the oven first until they got soft, and then she chopped them in smaller pieces, had them in water, and you have them 3 or 4 days, just the water. I think also it was with the vinegar, and 3 or 4 days, and then you put in the skein and leave it for 3-4 days. And so I hope it will be interesting how this is a sock yarn, so I will see how the color, if it's how do you say that? If it's still there after I wash them. I hope that. I will go back now. Now I showed you something like of this. I will go back again. I will take a sip of my coffee. My Pepsi Max. I had two others who talked about the benefit they got from knitting. One is if you perhaps know, she's a designer mostly with socks here in Sweden, Anna Friberg Jarnesti, but she also have let's see if something went wrong there. No, I'm still here. She also have now mittens, and she makes shawls and cardigans and so. So you can check her out both in Instagram and on Ravelry. She make amazing socks. But she sent me last night something about her history with the. I will read it. So, sorry. She said, I began experiencing mental health issues in the autumn of 2012. At that time, I had been working in demanding leadership roles for several years, while also raising children in primary and middle school. One of my children didn't quite fit into the school system, so I had to fight vigorously to ensure they received the help they needed. And could the fact that I was approaching menopause have also been a contributing factor? In October 2012, I was in sick leave from work due to a stress symptom or a burnout. Shortly before that, I had rediscovered knitting, which I had devoted a lot of time to during my teenage years. Additionally, I realized how many fantastic knitting patterns could be found on Ravelry, and I had already learned to knit in English. My first English pattern was Isolde Garte's Stitched Mitts, followed by Kate Davies' classic Owl's Sweater. I quickly realized that through knitting, I could gather my thoughts and slowly get my body and mind functioning again. When I knit, I feel that the yarn running through my fingers or creating a garment under my hands provides me with a healing power. But the magic is lost when I knit for anyone other than myself. Then it becomes a collection of demands that shatter my peace of mind. Several times I attempted to return to work, but I experienced setbacks. During the last significant setback in the autumn of 2019, I decided not to request sick leave, but instead applied to work part-time while attending therapy and self-care in my free time. Then came the years of the pandemic, which, like for many others, were not particularly kind to my mental well-being. However, knitting, along with socializing with knitting friends, especially on the Clubhouse app, lifted me enough to function in daily life. For a little over half a year now, I have been working full-time again. Of course, I am not immune to stress, but for now it is working out quite well. I even feel ready to start looking for more challenging tasks in the long run in my day job as an engineer. And you can really see in her patterns that she is a mathematic, has some mathematic brain. They are so well written. This was Jarnesti. I have to check again here. Nice to see you all chatting. I have one more, but I will take her in a while. I will show you more what I'm knitting on. What I've started today, my plans were to continue with the slipover, the PS, but my son's girlfriend, Charlotte, sent me a video on Instagram yesterday, I think. Sorry. She saw someone had made a hat from just a rectangular and made like cat. It was cat ears, and she's a cat woman. So I'm making something similar, but just making knitting straight up, and then I will do perhaps 3 needle bind off or just Kitchener stitch or something. So I have 2 threads, one with it's under here. One is Tines it's from Latvia. It's a nice yarn. And also then I have from Cam Garn from Eastex merino. I didn't have enough merino that is more soft, so I perhaps she's a little bit sensitive to just wool. So 50-50. So this will be done tonight, I guess. I have more, but I can't show you because it's a secret. But I can show you when it's done. Another thing I'm making, can you see it? A sock. It's October, isn't it? This is with 2 strands also. I'm mixing it. It's a yarn that I got from also Novita. Just a campaign collection is called Vieno. Nice, but I have it double. And this is a pattern. It's called in Swedish Ladugård barn. So I mix it. The pattern is with fingering yarn, but I'm making it work anyway. Can you see? Yeah. We have here, perhaps you know, many of you know, I mean, we have here in Sweden this Edna. It's the branch with Järbo, they have Svarta Fåret, etc. They now have the patterns free, and they have them also in English. So this one is, you can find them also on Ravelry. So all the patterns are free. So it's nice, really nice, so generous. So I'm knitting that one. Do I have something more? Yeah. I had to check the time so I don't go over the time. I have something here. This is another thing I dyed, solar dyed. It's with red and yellow onion skins. I poured in the whole thing like this. This will be a border on a blanket I am knitting on. Here you have. This is with start in January, I started to do a temperature blanket. So this year I will, did I say knit? I'm crocheting it. So I just take some here. So this is, for example, I lost the tag. It's a month. I don't know which one. But if you don't know what a temperature blanket is, you have for every day you check the temperature, and then you have a color for that specific temperature, and you knit or you crochet for that. So it for every day you can't. It's something different. This is February. This square, and this is in June. It's so fun. So I'm making 1 row for each day. So this 1 square is for each month for me. So I will have 12 in the end. And then I will crochet them together with this one. So I'm making 32 rounds. So if we don't have 32 days. So when it's 30 days, I will make 2 rounds with another. With 31, I have just 1. It's so fun. So I will have much blankets soon. I started actually one. I knitted one also, but I couldn't stand the color, so I stopped it in August. So it's just more like a baby blanket, something like that. Oh, thank you for the knitting. Love the sock. Yes, I think the sock will be, it will be lovely. Actually, I had some years ago talking about the colors. I take up the yarn is there that I mentioned before. I knitted a sock, test knitted for her, and then I remember in brown and more like turquoise-ish, and how lovely it is together. So that's why I'm making one more. Hej från Östersund, Sweden. As I said, I will love to read your comments afterwards. I'm sorry if I'm talking too fast. I'm stressed that I will not have enough time to show you everything. I will also talk about again this. Hej från Wilhelmina, har ni snö? I asked one in northern Sweden if they have snow. About this with stress. Someone else, we have one here. I had to take a sip again. Sorry, Pernille. It was, she asked the designer. It's called Ladugård, and the designer is, one minute. Somewhere I have been writing. Stine Hølgaard Johansen. I don't, is she Danish or Norwegian? I don't know. But I will link everything afterwards also. So, but Ladugård is the name of it. But Stine Hølgaard Johansen is the designer. And you find it if you go into edna.se or Ravelry, you have it there. Snow in northern Sweden. We had frost yesterday. So my plan was to have a vase with my last sunflowers, but they got too cold, so they are not that good looking anymore. Back to this, how knitting help people in bad situations, or we had before talk about people with mental issues. I have myself much ache, and you are fatigued, you are very tired. Hey, Annie, someone more. I don't think you would like to have, you took away, someone would like snow in Florida, perhaps a little bit. We have another designer here in Sweden, and also a YouTuber just in Swedish, but her designs are in English also. Her name is Eva Holm, and the YouTube channel is Eva's Stickning Svammel. I will link that also. A lovely person. If you understand Swedish, who want Swedes. I made some episodes ago. I interviewed her, so you can check that out if you like. But she wrote to me, and this one I actually didn't translate it myself before, so I will try to translate it here. She says like this: the knitting have been my lifeline in my sorrow, because I guess she didn't write. She lost her son a couple of years ago. Yarn and knitting have been what I've been keeping. She's been holding in yarn and knitting. Sorry, sorry. It's a little it's a special situation with Eva and me here. She says when everything was totally chaotic and the hurt and sorrow was too big and impossible to control, the knitting had been the little part in my universe that I could control, and in that way hang up my survival on. She says it's hard to explain, but she knows that I know what it is, because I never talked about this, and I shouldn't talk about it now, but I've been in the same situation as she has. Sorry, it should be a happy event, not a crying one. But she said also that it was so obvious, because it was so enormously important for her to knit a sweater for her son Felix's funeral. It was something small, but 100% I don't know if you can say concrete, but for sure, so that she could control. It became her lifeline, really. Thank you all. And I agree, really, with that. And if you know Swedish, check out my interview with her. I had to talk this change subject. Now I get it blank. It's blank. In some my episodes before, I interviewed many designers that I test knitted for before. Thank you, everyone. And so it's fun. I also in English. Some I've been interviewing live over Zoom, but most of them I just got answers from my question, and I read them. So it's fun to get to know other designers also. Someone says her story also spoke to me. Oh, I will read that afterwards. I will not end this by crying. Oh, sorry. But we can agree, I think, everyone, whatever we have been through, happy or sad situation, that's we have to have something to pick us, mend us somehow, and really, for me also, knitting have been my lifeline, really, even though I can't sleep some nights. So that's why I also have a knitathon every day. I can knit also in during the nights. A total another thing, I come to think about the three ladies from Texas. They showed, I feel ashamed, they showed so many nice sock blockers. Do you want to see how mine looks? When it's wood, I have to have tape around them. So they are so ugly, and they go up, so they get fringed. Do you say so? So you get caught in the threads. Someone, Joy Sanderson, said also knitting also did help me in my recovery process. Nice to see. Someone also loves to see Eva's stickning, stickning. It was that. Everyone. I have to check what notes I made, so I don't forget anything. I talked about that. I think I talked about almost everything. And the time is now 6:45. Are you continuing to knit, everyone? What are you knitting on? Right, and give us a tip if you like also, because if you don't know, you can see you who don't know, you can see comments besides, so you can read them afterwards also, I guess. You can actually. It depends on if you have a computer or I couldn't do it on my Apple TV. So, but on the computer and my iPad, I could do that. So perhaps think about perhaps if you do before next one comes, move, so you can hold this 24 hours. Make movements, dance around perhaps, drink much more water or Pepsi Max, take some chokladbollar, chocolate, and so on. Knitting on the Shawl called Nadine by Isabel Kramer. Loretta sweater. Good. Good. Is there anyone who is crocheting or sewing something? Or is everyone knitting? Interesting. Oh, I'm grateful for that you are here, everyone. Thank you for having patience with my. It feels like I forced. No, not forced. Like I'm running, not running water, but talking too much, too fast. I always have to apologize for my way to talk too much and to lose words. Someone is knitting socks for October, of course. Terrazzo neck. Nice, nice, nice. I wish you all the best and a lovely Knitathon, everyone. Oh, thank you, Pia, for making this for us. It's so fun. It's also the fourth time for me, and the second time that I had the privilege to be here with you live. So fun. I'm so grateful for that. Now it's really dark outside. It feels like it's in the middle of the night. So it get really dark, but I will go outside and have some air. Oh, I will read afterwards, so I don't, as I said, don't start to cry now. Thank you, everyone. Again, have a nice Knitathon, everyone, and hope to see you soon. And we on the next Knitathon, or if you visit me again on my ordinary channel. Bye.